Welcome to another episode. I'm your host, Evantz Saint-Gerard. My job as a realtor is always to give my clients value. And what better way to do that is find professionals that can help my clients either save money or keep money in their pocket. So my special guest today is Anthony Jackson. Anthony, tell them a little about yourself.
I'm an attorney with the firm of Ginsburg Misk. We handle all things real estate. I personally handle real estate and commercial litigation, but our firm also does closings. We do probate, we do estates, and we do personal injury work as well. Pretty much anything that's not criminal, immigration, or family law. And within that space, there's all sorts of issues that your clients might come across. Evans gets you into a contract, someone doesn't want to close, we can help that with that. Evans gets you in a contract and you don't want to close, we can help you with that as well. Estates, distressed properties, mechanics liens, whatever it is, we are here for you.
All right, let's go a little bit back with the first portion of what you were talking about. Walk us through a process. Basically, somebody gets into contract, they change their mind or whatever. Before you go into contract, we have a long conversation with you to make sure this is what you want to do, what your family wants to do, and it has to be right for you. Obviously, situations change all the time, but let's say there's a situation where something happens, God forbid, basically, and things need to change. How do you help them?
So a lot of it is going to come down to what's in the contract and where you are at in the process. Once you've signed the contract, you're now kind of locked in for all intents and purposes. And at that point, there's a couple of things that you can do, but it'll all depend on your situation. So like you know, Evans, you have the contract phase where you're negotiating the contract. Mm-hmm. Then you are signed and you're in contract. Then the down payment is paid. And then you march your way toward a closing. At each phase of that process, there are different options for getting out. Before you sign the contract, you can walk away at any time. When the contract is signed but the down payment has been provided, you have a little bit more wiggle room. But once you've accepted the down payment, in the case of a seller, you're going to have a harder time getting out of a contract if that's what you want to do. What the buyer is going to have to do is be ready, willing, and able to close at a time of the essence closing. So you need to speak to a legal professional. I can't give advice for everybody. So unless I know your specific situation, I can't really tell you how to get out. Mm-hmm. But usually until the keys are handed over and the deed is signed, there is some sort of wiggle room in the contract if you need there to be. However, there is no guarantee. And once you sign that contract, accepted that down payment, your best course of action is usually to close.
Like I said before, nobody forces you to do things. Basically, we always have this conversation beforehand, before anything is signed, to make sure that you're 100% in this lock, stock, and barrel. So with that being said, proceed with caution. Talk to your professionals. If you have some doubt, always talk to your professionals before you go any further and stuff like that. Nobody's forcing you to do anything. You have to be 100% into this. Now let's talk about the estate planning, the probate situation. Explain what probate is for the viewers that are watching.
So probate is where you have a loved one or a family member, hopefully they're the same person, that dies with a will. And the will tell you how they want their assets disposed of. And of the things that usually go in wills, real property is usually addressed. So you will go to the court and you'll file what's called a probate petition. Someone will be the administrator, the administrator of that estate. And the court will get you letters, and then you are to do what is supposed to be done under the will. And so that's pretty well laid out. The other option is where someone dies without a will, which is called intestate, and then the standard provisions of New York law would apply. And depending on who survives that person, that determines who gets what interest in their assets, whether that's real property or otherwise.
Now, the best course of action for that is have these conversations beforehand. Nobody has a crystal ball. We don't know what's going to happen in the future. It's always good to get a will, get a trust, get these things taken care of beforehand. That way you have a well-laid plan for, God forbid, something happens. Basically, you already have the plan. That way you can focus on other things, because there's a lot of stuff you're juggling at the time when somebody passes away. You probably don't have the time, basically, to do this, and this, but knowing that there is a trust there, basically, you have these things in place so you can focus on everything else. And if you don't have somebody who can help you with the trust, you speak to an agent like myself, and then you can contact this gentleman right here.
Before we go on, I'd like to clarify, when you have a will and you go to the court to be appointed to take care of that will, you're the executor. If there's not a will, you're the administrator. I want to clarify what I said before when I misspoke and said administrator.
Look, fair enough, it's summer, it's hot, so things are happening always. So anyway, if somebody has questions about anything that we discussed so far, how can they reach you?
You can always reach me via our website, gmlawyers.net, or you can email me at ajackson@gmlawyers.net, or you can give our office a call at 718-468-0500.
Well, being that we're in Queens, we're filming this right now, I have to ask your firm, do you speak multiple languages? Because there's a lot of people watching right now.
We have some Spanish skills, and if you have other language skills, we will do our best to work with you. I'll find interpreters. It being Queens, I love working in Queens because I love working for people from all sorts of different cultures and backgrounds. I personally grew up abroad, so it's wonderful, and we'll do everything we can to make sure that we can communicate clearly and effectively with you so that we can give you the best representation that we can.
If you need assistance basically with any languages, our office, I think with 38 or 30, let's say 38 languages spoken here in our office. So if you need somebody to interpret, if there's a language that his office doesn't handle, we can have somebody interpret that for you, and then you can connect with Mr. Jackson over here. I'm Evantz Saint-Gerard, your real estate agent. Always want to give you stuff of value. Hope you got some stuff, good nuggets out of this. If you have any questions about anything, feel free to reach out to me. I sell homes in Queens, Long Island, Brooklyn, the Bronx, and pretty much anywhere in New York, downstate New York. Give me a call. Whether it's a condo, co-op, 1 to 4 family homes, mixed-use properties, give me a call. You can reach me at 917-975-5985. As a New Yorker, I do talk a little fast, so I'm going to slow it down. 917-975-5985. You can see all the videos. We're going to be doing more videos in the future on Instagram, TikTok. We're not dancing. LinkedIn, YouTube, everywhere basically. So if you have any questions, leave comments down below. Let us know what subject you want us to tackle in our next video. Again, thank you for watching. You have the last words. Give them words of encouragement.
Just get out there and do things. We're here to back you up.